So, all right, moving on to more DEI news. You know, my favorite, as the resident. We're not SJW warrior anymore. We are now the DEI warrior. so, so next, man. Oh, Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft. I truly want to know what happened because today, Ubisoft, we said DEI, yeah, diversity, equity, and inclusion. that is the buzzword of 2024. Black, my friend. All right, so Ubisoft put out a statement today on Twitter/X, and it said the Assassin's Creed Shadows team has a message for our Japanese community. So this is already, when I saw that, I was like, Japanese community. I was like, did it really get that hot that y'all are addressing the Japanese community? What exactly? Shout out to Megas. Salute for the 43 months. So let's go ahead and read it. It says, to our esteemed Japanese community, a message from the Assassin's Creed Shadow development team. First, we want to express our heartfelt thanks for all your support on AC series, which now has its own history spanning almost 20 years. Over this time, we have explored various settings, time periods, and characters, from an assassin during the Third Crusade to a Viking in 9th century England, and countless more. For many of our team, creating an Assassin's Creed game set in feudal Japan has been a long cherished dream. Since the announcement of Assassin's Creed Shadow, we have received many positive reactions, but also some criticism, including from you, our Japanese players. Now, this is where I want to stop here. Yes, when the initial trailer came out and we saw Assassin's Creed Shadows and we saw what it was going to be, yes, there was a lot of mixed opinions here, right? But from the Japanese community, at least on Twitter, I cannot speak on outside of Twitter, like YouTube videos and stuff like that, but we saw, like, factually, that a lot of Japanese people who were upset were indeed either bots or they were Americans, you know, Caucasian males, because like I said, we wouldn't go that far. No other race would go that far, but Caucasian males pretending to be Japanese people, you know, making their burner accounts and using Google Translate in order to seem that, hey, I'm a Japanese person and I'm upset because there's this black man in my video game and you aren't historically accurate. So I can't even take this as fact. We literally watched a video of Kabrutus, the leader and the founder of Sweet Baby Inc. Detected, Sweet Baby Inc. Detected on Steam, actually go to Japan and interview Japanese people, and none of them said that they were upset at Yasuke being in the game. None of them. Literally everybody who we interviewed, none of them were upset. So I'm like, damn, like, I don't know. Like, this can't be the majority here, right? This cannot be the majority of the Japanese community are mad at Yasuke. Like, they said they actually like Yasuke. Like, and a lot of people don't even actually know who he was. So how can you be upset at that? So, like I said, I take that with a huge grain of salt, because I truly don't believe that the Japanese community is upset. It's a vocal minority, and they all had the same skin color, and they're all on this campaign to apparently be historically accurate and get all the DEI out of their video games because they said make gaming great again. So they're on this agenda. So I don't believe that. I don't believe the Japanese community was very vocal and very upset. It's unfortunately over here in the States, and unfortunately it's only one particular race. But let's continue here. So it says that we share your passion for history and deeply respect your care for the historical and cultural integrity of your rich heritage. We would like to address a few points to clarify our intentions and creative decisions. Then continue. We have put significant effort into ensuring an immersive and respectful representation of feudal Japan. However, our intention has never been to present any of our AC games, including Shadows, as factual representation of history. Now, we talked about this already. I'm not understanding why people are still bringing that exact same point. They're saying, hey, you're not being historically accurate because Yasuke shouldn't be over here in feudal Japan and he wasn't a samurai. They keep harping on that point, and we literally watched the dev diary the day that the trailer came out, and they said that it's not 100% historically accurate. It's fiction, but it has some historical elements. They're using what happened in history and building on it to create their fictional universe. This has always been the case with Assassin's Creed. It is not 100% historically accurate. What are we not understanding here? Use your brains. Why are we still having this argument? This argument should have been dead months ago. But let's continue here. Instead, we aim to spark curiosity and encourage players to explore and learn more about the historical settings we get inspired by. Inspired by. How many times do they have to tell you? How many words do you need to look at in order for you to understand? Can you read? Can you comprehend? Apparently not, because you already have it in your brain, and it doesn't matter what Ubisoft or anybody else says. You already have it in your brain that you are upset, and you are being upset for the Japanese community and for the Japanese culture, which you are not a part of because you are not Japanese. Miss me with that. To continue here, Assassin's Creed Shadows is first and foremost designed to be an entertaining video game that tells a compelling historical fiction set in feudal Japan. Our team extensively collaborated with external consultants, historians, researchers, and internal teams at Ubisoft Japan. Ubisoft has a Japanese studio. Ubisoft has a Japanese studio. It's not like they brought in people from France, not like you brought in people from Ireland, from South America, from over here in America. Like, if you consulted with historians and researchers and internal teams at freaking Ubisoft Japan, what more do you want here? What more do you want? Because that was the other argument. Oh, you didn't actually get with consultants and historians in Japan about this video game and about Yasuke. What are we talking about here? They said that they did. Like, it's not like they just went in here blind. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. To inform our creative choices. So, whew. Okay, continue on. This is the third one. Despite these sustained efforts, we acknowledge that some elements in our promotional materials have caused concern within the Japanese community. And again, I wonder where they're getting this information from. Because if it's just from Twitter, if it's just from the internet, man, like, I wouldn't have backed down. Why? What do you have to apologize for? But if you had like actual Japanese community, like for example, if Ubisoft Japan came back after creating this game, right, and getting it to this point, it was like, hey, yo, man, like we're hearing from, you know, people who have the bloodline going all the way back here to feudal Japan. If they're like, hey, like this is disrespectful, if they said it, then okay, all right, I get it. But for me, especially with what has been going on with this video game, I just can't believe it, you know. I say at least has an 8th grade read level, this guy, bro. This dude. But I just can't believe it. I just don't believe that happened. So continue on. All game footage presented so far is in development, and the game will keep evolving until launch. Based on the constructive criticism we have received, we will continue our efforts until we put this game into your hands and beyond. Now, shout out to Ubisoft for at least saying that. They're like, man, F y'all. You know, translation, F y'all. Like, we got the constructive criticism. We see it. We hear it. But this game is coming out. This game is coming out, bro. Preach, we're talking about Assassin's Creed. Ubisoft has put out a statement on the apparent constructive criticism that they have received from the Japanese community. So I don't know. We also want to clarify that while we have been consulting with many people throughout the development process, they are in no way responsible for the decisions that are taken by the creative teams in the interest of gameplay and entertainment. So they're basically saying that, yeah, they got consulting on this game, but they don't have any say on the process that we took. And this is the same argument that I've been given about any video game that Sweet Baby Inc. or any other DEI consulting company has had. Y'all act like these consulting companies have full control over these video games. Do we not know what consulting means? What up, Paladin? Do we not know what consulting means? Consulting does not mean work on the whole video game. Consulting does not mean come into whatever studio needs your help and just completely gut whatever you got going on and say start all over. You're just going to make this game how we want it to make. Like that's not how that works. But again, people are trying to say that it is because either they don't understand what words mean, or again, they have their own agenda. Consequently, we respectfully request that any criticism not be directed at our collaborators, both internal and external. They're not going to listen to that. And to sum it up, while we strive for authenticity in everything that we do, Assassin's Creed games are works of fiction inspired by real historical events and figures. So they had to say it again, and they still don't understand. You're still not going to read and comprehend. From its inception, the series has taken creative license and incorporated fantasy elements to craft engaging and immersive experiences. The representation of Yasuke in our game is an illustration of this. Illustration. How many times do I have to say this, Shaq? Illustration. His unique and mysterious life made him an ideal candidate to tell an Assassin's Creed story with the setting of feudal Japan as a backdrop. Feudal Japan is just a backdrop to tell their story, their fictional story. While Yasuke is depicted as a samurai in Assassin's Creed Shadows, we acknowledge that this is a matter of debate and discussion. They're literally only talking about Yasuke. Unfortunately, Naoe does not even get talked about. They act like Naoe is not even there, and it's sad. We have woven this carefully into our narrative and with our other lead character, the Japanese shinobi Naoe. Just in case y'all forgot, who's equally important in the game, our dual protagonists provide players with different gameplay styles. We greatly value your feedback and encourage you to continue sharing your thoughts. Please don't have them continue sharing their thoughts. And they said respectfully. They haven't been respectful from the start. They have not been respectful from the start. It's been very ugly. While we understand that meeting everyone's expectations is very difficult, we sincerely hope that when AC Shadows launches on November 15th, players in Japan and around the world will appreciate the dedication, effort, and passion we have poured into it. So that is the full statement there. I said it's a shame that y'all even had to make this statement. Unfortunately, that part of the internet, and y'all already know what I'm talking about, that part of the internet is not going to back down. I'm not talking about Japanese people. Somebody tried to misconstrue me and thought I was talking about Japanese people. I am not. I am talking about the white people over here because y'all are wilding. And it said we'll continue to be upset and grift to their various audiences about historical accuracy, because literally in this thread they continue to do the same thing. These things got 14 million impressions. It's ugly in the comment section. Here we go. Again, look at this person right here. Like, are you Japanese? I doubt it. They say, how do you feel if someone began distorting history? Again, these what if. Never engage with what if arguments. I muted this tweet, by the way. Do not engage with what if arguments. How do you feel if someone began distorting history and claiming that in ancient times it was black people who initiated the system of slavery rather than white people and started creating a video game by asserting it as non-fiction? Tell me you're totally fine with this. Somebody already asked a similar question and I said I don't care. It's a video game. It is a video game. What are we talking about here? Are we serious? What are we talking about here? Like, just dumb. They getting crazy. Bitches like you cry your eyes out when you see white erasure. Where is the white erasure? White people being erased? Where y'all being erased from? Sit your dumb ass back down. No, seriously, remember that one, look, I tell you, boy, who cried over the blackwashing of Aragorn in the, no, I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about. Like I said, this tweet needed to get muted because, boy, somebody called me, somebody said I can't speak for black people because I'm not black. I'm white. I'm a white person with blue hair. I was like, bro, these are bots. These have to be bots. There's no way people are tweeting this with a straight face. No way. You gotta be a bot. Like, who are you? The person didn't even follow me. I'm like, who was this person? Somebody said I want people in the past to be black and gay. I was like, what are we talking about, man? Like I said, people are getting into their feelings. Like, it's getting mad ugly here. People are getting into their real feelings over a video game, a fictional video game. Isn't this supposed to be entertainment? If you're not entertained by it, if you feel offended for some reason, just don't play the game. Act like it doesn't exist. People do that all the time. Like, I don't get why people are so up in arms, or a certain group of people are so up in arms about a culture that's not even yours. Like I said, I highly doubt that the Japanese culture is upset like this. Y'all aren't. You can't tell me y'all are upset like this. And if y'all are, you need to do some research yourself and understand that it's fiction. It's fiction, and Naoe is right there. She's right there. Like, tell me why you were really mad. We already know why. We already know why, bro. It's too much crying going on this year over video games, over pieces of entertainment. It is. It's sad. It's honestly sad. Like, people need to take a good look at themselves and be like, yo, why am I like this? Why am I letting things like this get me into my feelings and run my life like this? But like I said, you have grifters online who are sparking argument. This reminds me of like a internet or a mini situation of the January 5th incident, storming up to the Capitol. Like, you have one person who's your savior who is inciting violence. They're inciting riots. They're inciting riots in your head, and you're taking it to the internet to express your discontent. Like, what are we doing here, yo? Like, I thought we were just supposed to be playing video games. That's all I thought we were doing. But now we've gotten way too political. We've gotten way too political. Y'all said take politics out of video game, but y'all are getting super political with it. Y'all literally forming mobs to hate on video games, to hate on studios, to hate on real people who make these games because of black people or women or someone from the LGBTQ community is in a video game. Really? Like, really think about that, yo. I'm gonna keep talking about this because y'all keep embarrassing the video game community. Like, this is not a community that I want to be a part of. It's not a community I want to be a part of at all. It's mad embarrassing, and I want to keep talking about it, yo. And people just keep getting mad and saying, "Oh, well, what if?" Like, just, yeah, like I said, y'all saying in the chat, just call me a nigga and move on, bro. Like, just let's just get straight to the point. Just say it. I mean, it's on the internet anyway. What am I gonna do? The most I could do is just mute you and block you. You know, bye. You skedaddle. Like, just say it, bro. Hey, niggas call me bitches in here. Like, what are we talking about, bro? Was I disrespectful to anybody? No. I said it's a shame that y'all even had to make this statement and even have someone here call me bitch. Like, what? Like, call me a bitch and call me white. Like, what? What are you talking? Like, what are we talking about here, man? Like, it's crazy, yo. Like I said, people are insane, man. People are insane. There's a lot of people that really need to get their mental check because it's getting mad, you know, scary out here, man. Really getting scary out here. So, like I said, I really hope this game does good. I've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. I hope this game does well. Because if it flops, man, like, we are literally never going to hear the end of it. November 15th is going to be an interesting day. We are not going to hear the end of it, yo. We are not going to hear the end of it. They are going to go into 2025, and that's election, man, and that's election month too. Oh my god. I think Ubisoft needs to change its date. I just thought about that. Oh man. Hey, yo, AB, man, come on, yo. Come on, man. That 21% don't represent me, dog. That 21% don't represent me, dog. I ain't them, bro. I ain't them, but damn, man, we really got an election year too. Oh, November about to be a bloodbath, man. I might get off the internet, yo. I might get off the internet in November. I ain't even gonna cap, bro. Oh, it's about to be ugly. All right.